Hello and welcome to the City Skylines series, The Dream City, in which I'm trying to build my perfect city from scratch. Join me on the way from this to this. Don't forget to destroy that like button, subscribe and leave a comment. Hello and welcome back to City Skylines, and let's see how much has changed in the Dream City. And a lot has changed. So we have these fancy canals running through the CBD district, through our central business district. We have quite a few new buildings, including the whatever that is called. And let's see how does it look like now. We have the harbor and what is happening to those ships? They're just running one into another. I don't know. People just want to come in so fast that there is a ship traffic jam. And we have 384,000 people living in this beautiful city. Not all that beautiful, but we're trying really hard. And here you can see a whole neighborhood, a whole community made up of those Boston residence buildings that I recommended in one of the previous videos. And let's see what we have on this side. Here we have some Dutch, modern Dutch residential buildings. One of the few buildings that I didn't include into that high-density residential video. Anyway, let's see what is happening here. So the city center is starting to look like a proper place. Still a little bit messy. We just put those canals. Those canals made a lot of trouble, a lot of flooding, a lot of people probably died, but who cares? And let's see what is happening on this side. Here we have some fancy high-end residential buildings. This area will probably remake it again. We're just trying to build it fast. We just need more people because we have lots of jobs, because we need the population to grow in order for our city to grow as well. And let's see what is happening here. We have a central park. I'm thinking to make it into some kind of a lake. I'm not sure yet. What do you think? Shall we make it some kind of a lake? We'll see what it's going to be like. And here we have one of the buildings from Malaysia. This one is actually still incomplete. What is it called? I have no idea what it's called. Anyway, it's a nice building, so we're going to have it anyway. And we're probably going to put some kind of a stadium right next to it so that it's kind of similar to the original one. We have a couple of overpasses running over here, so that we have less traffic jams. Let's see what is happening on this side. We have some kind of fancy shopping places. We have these commercial buildings. I have no idea what they're called, but you can find them. I think you can have them with the Sunset Harbor, and they will be called something like MCW if you search it through, find it. Let's give it a check. MCW something, yeah. Modern, commercial, blah blah blah, whatever that is. And here we have some more fancy residential, and we have this bit here that actually is modeled on the original place in New York. The vessel and all those buildings from Hudson Yards looks pretty nice. And there's another asset that I would like to recommend. This metro station, Oculus metro station, that is actually functioning as a metro station, looks really nice. You might want to have it in your city. And let's see what else has changed. We have a couple of roundabouts here and there, and we have this massive park that is making just enough money. Probably we could raise the ticket prices. I don't know if we can make any more money out of it. And let's see, what have we done there? That looks hideous. I'm probably going to replace it back. So we have a tram running through all this, and the road is green for some reason. I thought that was cool to make it kind of look like eco kind of fancy stuff. So we have bikes, we have trams, we have all kind of transport that is reducing the emission and the pollution that we didn't care about in the first place. But anyway, and we have some nice fancy areas down here. We have the residential villas, 2 households per one building. We have lots of them. We have lots of people parking their fancy cars on the outside. And let's see what is happening up here. We have one university on this side, one university on the other side. And what happened on this side? We still have this university, but I think we might want to remove it. The reason being, we're going to redesign this whole area. I think it's going to go back to being kind of a touristy area, we don't need that much population, we don't need that much residential, we might want to change it. And let's take a look at this little thing down here. It's a hideous looking square for whatever reason. I tried to make it look beautiful, but the thing is, if you put a water source inside there, it's hard to prevent the flooding. And if you put it out, the water is obviously going to dry up, so that's going to look hideous again. That's going to just dry out and it's not going to look nice. There's another building designed by some kind of a fancy famous architect, Zaha Hadid, and this is one of these. And we have quite a few other buildings designed by that company. There is one over here. This one is coming from Beijing. Anyway, let's take a look at this side. Another hideous looking square. I just decided that we needed some squares, and probably we're going to remove them. They still look, yeah, there is no way to make them work, at least no way so far. We might want to have to remove them. This little industrial area, we might reconsider that one as well. And now let's take a look at the things that actually matter. Let's take a look at the finances first. So we're making money for the first time in a while. Our city is making money, even though the taxes are not that high. We're making money, we're not losing any of it, even though we're playing with unlimited money. But anyway, that's a nice thing to have. We have just a little bit above our expenses, so we're making quite a margin, 243,000 per week. That is not too bad. Now let's take a look at the population and employment. How's that doing here? Let's take a look at the population. The population, we have 197,000 people employed, and we have 232,000 jobs, and unemployment is at 1%, which means we need more housing, we need more people coming into the city. We have high demand for the residential. So we have two options. We can either get more people into the city, or we can just remove some of the commercial areas, some of the industrial areas, as I said earlier, and maybe we will get that balance. Maybe we'll get to the ideal 3 to 4% unemployment. I'm thinking to get rid of this district down here, but that means we'll probably have to get rid of the industrial zone as well, so that we can kind of balance it out. Our industries are actually started making money. They're looking pretty good, to be honest, and probably we're gonna make them. We'll probably combine them into one massive kind of farm. And let's take a look at the next thing. Let's take a look at the traffic. How's the traffic doing? The traffic, it is at 77%, and it's not like we've done some clever city planning. I think it's mostly because we've got a really large city, so the traffic just has enough space to spread out. Let's take a look at our public transport. Our public transport is not doing all that great. The buses, we'll probably remove that line. That is not enough. We cannot justify that. We don't have any trolley buses yet. And we have quite a few tram lanes. This one obviously doesn't work, so we're going to remove that. And that one as well. And that one as well. So the trams, for some reason, just don't work as well as any other transportation means. Let's take a look at the metro. The metro is doing okay, apart from the that city line clockwise. I think the reason being is we've just ruined the entire area, then we had it rebuilt, so it's going to take quite some time to get back to the previous numbers. CBD, whatever is going from the CBD, yeah, that we'll probably have to wait for that because the entire area was rebuilt. Let's take a look at our districts. We have quite a few districts. We have Soho Square, that sounds quite fancy. And then we have the Central Park area, Heather District, Sunset Heights, Pinoa Park, and the CBD District, along with the Hampton Wharf to make it sound even fancier. And that concludes the city center. Whatever is on the sides is probably going to be redesigned again. Let's take a look at the parks. How are the parks doing? So we've already figured out that the bird song is making quite some money. Well, not quite some, but at least it kind of it's economically viable. Let's take a look at the Riverside Garden. The Riverside Garden is losing money, but there's no way we're going to get rid of this because this one is kind of a really nice one to have in your city. Just spreads out through half of your city. Looks really nice, and yeah, all of your fancy real estate is kind of a little bit away from the riverside, so that the fanciest, the most expensive area is given out to be a public space, which is kind of nice to have in your city. Now let's take a look at the universities. How are they doing? The university, this one is making money. We'll probably keep it for now. We might want to get rid of this one later. Let's take a look at the other one, Academy of Arts, making money, making quite some money. That is a good thing. We're going to keep it for now. And the other university, the last one, the Green State College, making quite a good profit. We're going to keep it definitely for now. The other park, the Cypress Park. Cypress Park is amusement park. We will probably get it removed because it's losing money constantly. It doesn't make any sense to keep it. And the Hillside Park is losing money too. Probably we're going to get this part redeveloped to be some kind of a residential. We've got this part of the highway going underground, so now it's hidden from the eyes, and we can actually use the area on top to be a part of the park. We might reconsider that as well. And let's take a look at this side. What do we have here? We have the Sheffield Gardens that are making quite some profit. Expo Park that is not, it's losing money, but well, from time to time it's making money, and sometimes it's just losing money. It's okay. We'll keep it like that. Maybe it's a seasonal kind of thing. There was a zoo, and zoo never made us any profit. We'll probably get it removed eventually. Anyway, that is pretty much it for today. The city is growing. We probably have to reconsider quite a few things. It has to look much more nice. It has to be much more organized. But we're going to take it step by step, little by little. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today. See you in the next one. Don't forget to destroy that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment. And I will see you in the next one.